In this video, I'm going to explore how to plan a route or a road trip using software. And that software is called a Better Route Planner. You can find them at abetterrouteplanner.com, or you can download the app ABRP on your door. Let's get into it. I have already pre-planned the route going from Central Florida all the way up to Gold Hill Road, Fort Mill, South Carolina. What does that look like? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, you see 5 stops. I'm going to get into this a little bit and explain to you what it means. It's much easier if I already have everything pre-filled out and I can explain it to you so you get an overall understanding of how this works. So the address is in Melbourne, Florida, going to this address in Gold Hill, South Carolina. We are driving the Rivian R1T, which is a 135 kilowatts, and this reference consumption tricked me a little bit. I had to look it up and I had to spend a little bit of time. You can change this, so you need to know what your efficiency is in your vehicle. If you're getting a little bit higher, say 2.1, 2.2, let's say you're getting 2.5. Wow, you're doing amazing. You're getting really high efficiency. Or you know what? You're towing something. You're not getting great efficiency. In fact, you could be getting really bad efficiency. If you're towing something, you might be getting, 0.98 miles per kilowatt hour. So understand and know what your efficiency is probably the most important thing to planning using the software here. And you want to take a look at your reference speed. So I kept it at 100% to make it easier. The maximum speed up to 85 miles an hour, especially in the Rivian, you don't even realize how fast you're going until you look down and realize how fast you're going. I put that I'm starting at 90% full. This software is really cool. Wait till I get to the bottom. You can kind of finagle these numbers and change them and play with them. It's really powerful. Charger minimum arrival time. For you personally, you might be totally okay to arrive with 1% charge. I don't really like to do that. I don't like to run into any sort of problems. I'm still learning the vehicle. I'm still learning routes. I realize that construction gets in the way. There's just P-brakes get in the way, and you might not account for, certain items that pop up during those times. I'm saying that I will go up to 100% max charge on this. And my goal, I would say I would want to arrive at 25%. I don't want to have anything below 25%. In fact, I want to have a 30%. You could say 50%. I mean, it's completely up to you. The route will change, and you'll see over here a bunch of different items getting populated. And in the United States, we use the imperial system. It's helpful to get an understanding of the temperature outside. That's going to play a factor. So if you know it's going to be colder or hotter, that's going to change your distance. So keep that in mind. I didn't really know if I would headwinds put 2 miles an hour. I could probably add 5, 10, something, but I just wanted to add something so it seemed, reliable. The road conditions. This is really interesting. You click on the road conditions. In Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, it's going to be rainy. Probably not going to be snowy this time of the year, depending on when you're watching this video. So I put rain, let's just say plus or minus, 10%, just kind of a guess. And as far as extra weight, I added 400 pounds. I added that for my passengers and maybe a couple of backpacks. Being that the Rivian is new, I don't currently experience any battery degradation, so bravo, yay! So I put 0. Now, if you're driving an older vehicle and you know that you have battery degradation, then you're going to want to increase this to whatever you feel is appropriate. Time to open charge port. It's kind of like by the time you get out of the vehicle, you go, you take a look at the charger, you get it plugged in, you get your credit card started. In the perfect world, it only takes 30 seconds. But let's be honest, guys. In the real world, it takes 5 minutes. It could take 10 minutes. We're taking a look at the fast chargers. It looks at all of them. I'm driving a Rivian, so I don't currently have access to a Tesla supercharger. I have access to a CCS as well as a level 2 charging. So that's what I kept it at. But if you have a different vehicle, you'd want to change those settings. I'm not avoiding anything in particular here, but I could try to avoid tolls and highways for, whatever various reasons, ferries. Live car connection. I don't have this going on right now, so I don't have anything to show you, but I did want to click on it so you see that that's available. And I don't actually have any sort of ABRP login for this scenario here. So we can go ahead and click on plan the route and check this out. This is probably the coolest thing. Presto. Check this out. I love this. So you're leaving from whatever this address is with, let's say, a 90% charge. You're going to drive for 1 hour and 25 minutes, a distance of 88 miles. I'm filming this video at 9:31 p.m. at night, so it picks up the live time, so this is pretty cool. So we stopped here at this first place, Ormond Beach. It's at an Electrify America. Now, I didn't choose any of these. Keep in mind, I did select Electrify America. I do like them, and we can choose other chargers, for example, EVgo. Or if you want to do exclusively one charger, you can choose all of them. So this first stop here, we arrive at 11%, 75% charge when we leave. That first charge, 35 minutes, $35. If you depart on time at 9:31 p.m., it takes 1 hour and 25 minutes to drive. You're going to arrive at 10:57 p.m. With 35 minutes of charging time. You're now going to depart that charging station at its 11:33 p.m. and then you can take off and continue on your trip. So you can follow this chart. I'm not going to go over everything one by one with you, but the point is it maps everything out for you as well as it plans the time. That's really cool. One thing I really like is identifying the cost. That is really helpful. That's really neat to see. I can also identify the distance, and then I can identify the duration. I think having all these numbers is very helpful. When we click away and we take a look at the map, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stops along the way. Now, of course, you can play with this to get less stops on the way. If you want to stop more, you can do that too. But I think this is kind of an exaggerated view. I had it mapped out a little bit earlier with less stops. But let's take a look at each one of these and kind of analyze the first few of them. So obviously we're leaving here in Central Florida with a 90% charge. You're leaving 90% charge leaving. Your drive time is 1 hour 25 minutes or 88 miles, and you're currently leaving at 9:31 p.m. When you arrive at your second stop, it's kind of hard to see, but you're going to a Walmart, Ormond Beach, Electrify America. You're going to charge for 35 minutes. You're arriving at an 11% charge, and you're going to charge for until 75% full. We're not charging until 100% full. Most EV owners know that you don't want to charge to 100% full. That remaining 80 to 100% charge takes a really long time. In fact, it could take an hour to charge from 80% to 100%. Most EV owners charge all the way up to 80% and then they get on the road. Now, I would like to take it another step further because I know as an EV owner, there's kind of a trick, and that is you want to look up the Electrify America. You want to identify if there are any problems with that charging station. Sometimes some of the charging stations are down, and so it's on us as EV owners to make modifications and update that app so that our fellow EV drivers can see that there are problems. With all that said, we can click right here to the charger homepage to see that one specific charger. And I copied and pasted the name for Walmart's 2860 Pooler. It's Electrify America. Obviously, I don't need to type in Electrify America because I'm already on their website. And look what comes up, Walmart Supercenter Pooler. So let's click on that. All right, so I can see that they also have passes. So if I have a pass, I get a better rate versus people who don't have passes. I can see that they have 5 CCSs and there are no details. It's located at Walmart parking lot, which we knew by the name because it identified Walmart as a stop. It's really important to look at the EV charger app and take a look at the station and do a little bit of research right before you get there. Maybe while you're sitting at your current charging station, you can look at your next charging station to see if it's going to, have any problems or if any traffic might occur. That's going to be really helpful. Let's go ahead and jump back over here to aBetterRoutePlanner.com. Now we do have a couple of options here. Here we could go to the right or to the left. If you want to go to the right, you simply click to the right and then it identifies each of those, and I believe it would also update over here too. So you can play with all this stuff, and if you don't want to have this many stops, I would suggest that you go back in and make modifications so you don't have so many stops. Why? How? Well, basically if you're towing, you're going to have a low efficiency. Typically, when we're driving out down the road, say 75 miles an hour, my efficiency is 2.0. So let's go ahead and plan that route and see what it looks like. It's a lot faster when you're not towing. I really appreciate you guys watching this video. If you have any questions, comments, just leave them below. I will definitely respond to them. And if you like it, share it with a friend, like it, or go ahead and subscribe, and I'll continue making these videos. At any rate, I really appreciate you watching. Thank you.